Hi everybody! Today we're going to be taking a look at some coloured pencils, a set of 12 by Brynzeel, and it's the Design brand by Brynzeel, who are, I think, from the Netherlands, and it's for colour pencils 12, and we're going to have just a quick look. High quality. So let's see just how high quality these are. So it comes in a box and you can stack them. I do have others and they stack on top of each other like drawers. So we take the sleeve off and you can see it's a pull drawer with a little ribbon. So it's a hard case and you pull the little ribbon. And this is upside down. I've done it upside down. But you have the little ribbon and you pull, and it's a foam drawer. This is hard, the actual case. And these are some of the colours. A little bit stiff to pull out, but you can take the whole thing out. And there we have it. Now, I do like holding them. They feel quite chunky and I wouldn't say they're thinner than a Prismacolor, a little bit thinner than that, but they are smooth, rounded pencils. And yes, it's Holland, either the brand or where they come from. I'm really bad at knowing where Brynzeel is. Maybe it will say here. Yes, it is the Netherlands that they come from. If I read the back, it might give us some idea. So, superior coloured pencils, specially designed for those who require the best possible drawing and colouring products. The 3.7mm colour core is made from high quality colour pigments, so that the colours transfer very well. Perfect for applying several layers of colour on top of each other. So we're going to be putting that to the test. I have to say I did, when I have used them in the past, I did like that they were very soft. I wouldn't say possibly like a Prismacolor. I'm going to say they're a bit harder than that. So what is this? This is a blue, and we do have a colour number, I think. Yes, we do, on the end of the actual barrel here. So this is the dark blue is 55 and the light blue is 51. You can just about see because it is shiny and reflective. It's in silver. I'm just going to put them back because I haven't got them in any order, to be quite honest. Now, I've pre-sketched a kind of seascape. So everything is not to scale because this was just a sketch in the sketchbook. So I thought we'll start off with a light blue and just put in a bit of the sky. And I'm holding the end of the pencil because I want it very, very light. Because then we can always go back and add in more pressure for more layers. And we will end up going into a time lapse, but not just yet. And then I'm going to take this, we'll put in the water, I think, at the moment, so that I can get a rough idea of what we're doing. And the feel of them, you can see I'm applying very, very light pressure and we're getting marks already. As I would say, they're much better than a Crayola at this stage. And I'm going to say they're going to be more comfortable in my hands. I found when I was testing the De La Rowney Simply, at the time of recording this video, it's the day after me doing that. So my fingers are still feeling sore from doing that. But this pencil is not digging in and making it any worse. It's more comfortable to hold it. So already thumbs up to that, and thumbs up for being relatively soft cord. I'm not having to put hardly any pressure to transfer the colour. And that's just the basic first layer. I have to say I'm not good at layers. I've tried, and I'm still learning to do that. It's all about pressure and how much you apply, I think. And so I'm starting now for layer 2, doing a little bit more pressure, and I'm going in circular motions to try and get a smooth covering. So I'm not, again, even though it's a lighter colour, I'm not having to press that hard at all. So it does make the job a lot less tiring, because pencil work does take a long time and your hands are going to get tired. You do need to have a comfortable pencil. So we've got that, and then I'm going to go in with a dark green, so a 61, and again hardly any pressure, and the colour is still coming down. I don't feel, if I compare everything to Crayola for example, I'm not feeling that there is a wax build-up at the moment. You know, there's like hardly anything, any colour, if you see what I mean. Hardly any lay down. So the pencil is still transferring colour very evenly. And when I looked on, these were sent to me a few years ago. When I was looking on Amazon France, this is no longer available, apart from a sub-seller for a very expensive price, which, I mean, normally they used to be, I would say, no more than 20 euros. But I don't know whether they're still doing this range or not. But if you can get hold of them, I do recommend that you do, because I would say these are very good for students, but you can also use them professionally, I would say. I don't think they're light fast, so you wouldn't be able to sell your work. But for my example of the Dale Rowney I did the other day, I'll link that video. I was saying that the pencils would not be good if you were doing exams, art exams. I don't think they're good enough. You could use these pencils. Well, if you could, at the time, if the price was good when I first had these sent to me. And if you can find them for under 20 euros, which is what they should be, or $20, way less than $20, it's like $10, $15. So if you can get them, I do recommend it. The Dale Rowney simply is, I couldn't compare to these. This is higher quality. So I've just added that, and now I'm going to do a little bit of light green over here. And then I'm going to go back to the blue again. And adding slightly more pressure now. I was watching, I can't remember which YouTuber it was, but I was watching how they blended the coloured pencils. And it was a guy who was having a really sharp pencil, and he was very lightly on the tip doing very light circular motions, and it was getting rid of all the white space, those little white dots. And you can see, gosh, it will take absolute hours and days, but if you do that, and I'll show you in a minute, just this little corner here, if you do take the time, you will eradicate every single white spot on the paper without needing to use blending pencils or anything. But it's very time consuming, and you have to have a very, very sharp pencil lead and go very, very slowly and press incredibly lightly. And you're just doing tiny little circular motions. And you can see here, and we'll go into a time lapse now. Okay, so I thought I'd just let you guys know how I sharpen the pencils is using this. It's old, a good 6 years old, Faber-Castell kind of twin eraser. It opens up, I'll show you. So it will do the colour grip range, so the triangular barreled, and then 2 universal, a large and regular size. And so far it hasn't broken any leads of any pencil except for Crayola. The Crayola pencils are difficult to sharpen. But this is how we're getting on so far. I'm not good at blending, but I think you can see they're looking quite vibrant. And we're finished. So I'm not good at blending, and so it's not going to look, really fabulous. If someone else used it, it would be better. But this is what I am leaving it as, because I'm not bored with it. It's just that it is taking a long time to do. This is A5. I could, go back to it, but I'm happy to leave it as it is. On camera, it looks quite effective, like I've got the dark area and a light area of the water, and I've been able to achieve some tones on the rocks. And did you see the little interlude of Gingham, one of our cats? She decided to jump on the desk, so that was fun, and wanted to take a pencil. So I had to do a quick clean because I don't want the animal fur on my sketch drawing. And I did test water because sometimes they can be a little bit water soluble. After the Derwent Colour Soft incident, where I didn't think the blue, the Colour Soft pencils in general are not supposed to be water soluble, but the Derwent Colour Soft was. On camera it shocked me. So I now test colour pencils to see if they are water soluble. And I have a feeling where I put the water, it has blended a little. So perhaps the wax does break down underwater a little. But it's helped, doing water, it has helped give a little bit more texture, I think. It's kind of lightened the pencil when you add water. So that's interesting to note. None of the leads broke when I sharpened using that Faber-Castell sharpener, which was not very expensive. So that's where I'm going to leave it, and I'll catch you guys really soon. Let me know if you've enjoyed this video and if you use these coloured pencils. See ya!